would you please bring them in here?
Sure, Mrs. Deborah.
Thank you.
Hi, Ma, where are you going?
Down to the boardwalk. I like to sit and watch the old guys rearrange themselves when they come out of the war. Where are you going?
I'm off to the rummage sale. Would you like a ride?
In his 80s. You just showed me a woman in her 50s who can do that. And don't tell me Joan Collins. That woman belongs in a wax museum.
All right, it is not just menopause, it's what it represents to you, growing older.
Yes.
And growing older represents a loss of attractiveness.
Yes.
Is that all there is to you? Sex appeal?
No fun being stood up, is it?
Listen, mister, if you're looking for a quick score because you think I'm down, then you can just think again.
As a matter of fact, I was looking for a little sympathy. Got stood up myself tonight.
Really?
Cross my heart. What's left of it?
I am sick. I've had to give up my job because I was too tired to do it.
How'd you get here?
I flew.
No, to my office.
A taxi.
And from the taxi?
But how did I get from the taxi to your office?
Not a hard question.
I walked.
Right, you walked. You're not
She took a leave of absence from her job so that she could take care of him. But she's not going to be able to afford that much longer. The family's discussed sending him to New York. He has a nephew who's a doctor there and can give him special care. And Ma, Sandra says that...
I just don't understand it. I forbade her to go, and she looked me straight in the eye and walked out that door.
Honey, you have to understand. Look, Lucy is experiencing her first taste of freedom. She's going through a rebellious stage.
Sure, you can have some lemon chicken and smoked ham. It's all prepared. Oh, let's just start with appetizers. That's fine.
Yeah, how about smoked olives?
Oh, good. Oh, you'll never guess what I found.
Jimmy Hoffa.
Pepperoni. Uh-oh.
Don't tell Mom.
I'm sorry, Alvin. Don't cry. That's okay. You cry all you want.
Oh, it's kind of lonely not having someone nice and decent like Miles. My advice works with my men, you know, the shallow guys I go out with. But if you still want my advice, here it is. Call Miles.
Video recorder?
I bought you a video recorder.
2 video recorders? Wow, this is going to be the best Christmas ever.
Ma, how did you think I was going to pay for all this?
On time. Loosen up the mousetrap a little. It's Christmas.
You see what this holiday has become?
He was a man who brought joy into the lives of all he touched.
I have the feeling he touched every behind.
Fidel Santiago lived life.
Excuse me, Father. Hold that thought.
It was real. Dorothy, it's Stan. Didn't you recognize me?
Of course I recognized you. That's why I slammed the door on you.
Still the drink close.
I see. So, what can I say? Will you do me one favor on your way out? Will you back over me with the car?
I knew you'd take it well. Look, Ma, I am going to continue seeing Stan, and there's nothing you can do to make me feel guilty about it. Where are you going?
I finally called it quits at the deli. Sold it all. Locks, stock, and barrel. Get it? Locks.
He made up that joke yesterday, but it's just as funny now as it was then.
Some jokes are timeless. So tell me, Al, what do you intend?
But Val just landed down here. You better beware. The message is clear. The military fire. The prospect galling. It's run for your life. The sky is falling. This is terrible. I think we best both go warn the king.
that Charlie was the only man she ever slept with.
And you admitted Stan was the only man you ever slept with? And I admitted my shoe size was really 5.5.
I wish we had more time together. Wait a minute, what are we doing? The flight has been perfectly smooth. There hasn't been the scuba gear, the carpet, the dicky.
It turns out it was one of their trusted servants who was trying to frame poor Duncan.
Oh, don't tell me. The butler did it?
No, he just thought of it. He made the maid do it. Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, honey, I think your mother was looking for you.
I really thought you were getting to love Aurora, but you were just using your granddaughter to try and land a man. Goodbye, Mama. Thanks for babysitting. You won't have to do it again.
Sophia, the things you say, she didn't mean that, Blanche.
Of course I mean it. Look at her. My cab driver would fall in love. Can I get something to eat, or is the fancy man in the kitchen?
The way she talks. She can't help it.
Tempted me, but I do have other plans.
You have a date?
Never say that while I'm eating.
I'm teaching history for an adult education program. It's for people who never got their high school diplomas.
What else do they teach?
The usual high school subjects.
You mean like the three?
I don't want to hear this, okay?
Good news, you can't.
Oh, Rose, what are you doing?
Oh, she can't face me. She's been doing this all day. Rose, you know I said I'm sorry.
This is Sophia. Oh, we've just been so anxious to meet you.
Yeah, I'll believe that if you believe the Bahamas story.
You believe it? I went to the Bahamas once.
Oh, yeah? Was it on the Nina, the Pinto, or the Santa Maria?
It was a DC-10. I don't think it had a name.
Everybody, ladies, you're certainly looking... Never mind.
Where's your date, Blanche?
Oh, he'll be along, never fear. In plenty of time to see me win the Best Friend of the Friends of Good Health Award.
Blanche, you must still be running a fever. You're hallucinating. I am going to...
9 months.
Really, Ma, I'd be more comfortable at a hotel.
Fine. Be more comfortable. I hardly see you. You never come to visit. And you finally get here, you're staying at a hotel. You could have just called. Mom, do you want me to stay at the house? Do what you want.
To the wedding.
Doug!
Got an anesthesiologist, but you won't feel anything.
Doug!
All right, Doug. But listen, don't you forget, you be careful. This man is on loan from the Blanche Devereaux collection.
Dorothy, do you want to do the honors?
Maybe later, in private.
No, I mean fasten the floor flange. That's all we have left to do.
No, honey, you go ahead. Later, I'll break a bottle of champagne over the flush valve.
Oh, girls, it is beautiful. I'm so proud of you. Thanks, Blanche. Hey, are you going out?
Yes.
These are letters he wrote me. They're personal. I wouldn't normally have another person read them, but they explain everything better than I ever could. I'm sorry, Blanche. I know this comes as a surprise.
Look, Blanche. I don't want that to happen to me, Sophia.
We can't promise you that, Rose.
I've got to do something. I can't just sit idly back and let this wedding take place. Oh, how in the name of Mother Dixie can a woman named Zbornak appreciate the
Stopper. I hold up 2 lit sparklers with my hands, and I play, hey, look me over with my feet.
While smoking a cigarette?
No.
Oh, darn, you were this close. Goodbye.
Oh, Dorothy, we're in trouble. We've auditioned a dozen musicians. The banquet is less than...
Hi, Ma.
Read it and weep.
A driver's license? Ma, how did you get this?
Hard work and determination. If you put your mind to it, you can do anything.
Look, Ma, I absolutely forbid you to drive a car.
Ooh, look, Dorothy, I'm shaking.
God, what are you kids doing in there?
It's all right, officer. We're divorced.
Dorothy, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. The cab driver says we better get going if we want to make our plane.
Big Daddy, you remember Dorothy.
Hello.
Honey, I have to go now.
But more people don't think like 9-year-olds.
Hello? Yes, she is. Here, Rose, for you. Hello? Yes? It's the president! You have to dress up to please him. Now, maybe I can help you come up with a costume. What's he like?
Well, he's serious and conservative and concerned about the world around him.
I know, a nursey. He'd like a nursey.
Good afternoon.
I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
Yeah. Can be awkward.
I thought I could do it. I really did, and then I couldn't. You see, it would have been the first time since my husband died.
Your bed. You hurt yourself looking for them. They ask you what those spots on your hands are. They tell you they love you, and then just before total exhaustion sets in, they go home and become their mother's problems.
What about the good things, like Mother's Day?
Make your words thorough, honey. Make them fearless. Don't stop till you have said everything. Take 2 or 3 days if you have to.
Thank you, Blanche. You're a good friend.
Oh, just wish Sophia were my mother. Then I could put her in Shady Pines.
You or anybody else. And the sooner you realize that, Rose, the happier we'll all be. Come on, Blanche. Come on.
Against dead people. I've never seen one. I never intend to. Didn't you see your husband when he was dead? Oh, no. I cannot look at dead people. That's why I don't even watch the news. Every now and then they sneak a corpse in on you. You could be watching a perfectly lovely little story about Central America. All of a sudden, bam, a dead body.
This is ridiculous. I mean, here we...
Rose, look. If there's $500,000 in the statue fund, why can't they just take $50,000 of it to save the town?
Because that's the statue money.
Well, there won't be anywhere to put the statue if there's no town left.
Wow, a loophole.
Hi, it's me, Dorothy and Stan.
Tangled web we weave when first we practice to tell a fib.
Walt Whitman here has a point.
What's with this guy? He must be blind as a bat.
There are lots of ways you can trick a man into thinking.
She doesn't need that on her mantle. She's on her mantle. At this time, the awards committee would like to ask Agnes's dear friend and our favorite runner-up, Rose Nyland, to accept the award for her.
So, Ted, did I hear someone say you were a doctor?
He's not just a doctor. He happens to be one of the top neurosurgeons in the Midwest.
Get out of here.
He's also heavy into real estate.
No, it's nothing much, really. I just own a few mini malls.
Oh, your wife must be very proud of you.
Are you all right?
I am now.
I can't believe this is the shuttle to St. Olaf. That was 3 years ago.
It seems like
Stanley
yesterday.
can't remember? Oh, damn.
What's the matter, pussycat?
I can't balance my checkbook. Ah, the hell with it. I'm only off by a few pennies.
A few pennies. To you, it may not be much, but back in Sicily, a few pennies could make the difference between owning a gun and having to... Blanche, I thought you were in bed.
Oh, I couldn't sleep. It must be from living with old people. I've been going through my diaries. Just listen to this. March 3rd, 1967.
He is sleeping in the day because he has 4 women who won't let him sleep at night. Now, who went in there last night? Was it you?
Well, I went in once.
Why?
I'd been working. I hadn't seen him all day.
And was he sleeping?
At first?
This has got to stop. No wonder that baby didn't sleep.
With me.
Rose, why her?
She's comforting.
And I'm not? You told me you were having a pedicure when your husband was dying. Well, of course I was, Sophia. It was the 3rd Thursday of the month. If I'd canceled, that would have been it for July and August when I'd be wearing open-toed sandals. All right, fine. I just thought maybe they'd have more fun going out together instead of hanging around here with me and 3 old ladies.
Can you believe that?
Was that worth waiting 70 years for, or what? I love it. The Mangiacavallo curse is finally kicking in. Vengeance is mine. Do you think they'll let us take home the centerpieces? Dorothy, we're going to talk to the travel agent about Hollywood. You want to come with us?
Now, look, I'm sorry, but I am not going to spend my vacation sitting in a tour bus.
Told me? Looks kind of lavender to me. Oh, I hated those drapes.
Lavender's a great color on me. Brings out my eyes.
Your eyes aren't lavender.
Girls! Blanche, who's the father?
The father? Gee, I don't know.
Well, you'd better figure it out. When was your fertile period? Rose has taught me...
It's not important.
No, wait, no, I can do this. Rose has taught me...
Let it go.
I need some time with this. Anyway, because of them, I feel that I'm ready to love you. A square knot. Rose taught me...
That way I'd have all the latest gossip around town.
Oh, you read me the gossip. In fact, I remember there was some kind of a scandal with a neighbor, I think. The name was, let's see, oh, thank you.
Phineas Wiggler? I can't believe you remember that.
Well, in all fairness, Phineas Wiggler is a...
Is that you didn't have the guts to tell me that you're sleeping with my husband.
Well, gee, I would have. But I didn't know myself until about an hour ago.
Back in St. Olaf with Mrs. Gunderson, our grade school teacher. Oh, she was the nicest woman you'd ever want to meet, but as the years went by, she got her facts a little confused. In biology class, she started telling kids that the human body was made up of 80% Ovaltine.
Well, we were studying longer than I will.
Sophia, you know how much it means to a mother to talk to her child on Mother's Day?
I remember one Mother's Day I spent with somebody else's mother. I was on my way back to St. Olaf. I was stuck in this little bus station.
You know, I think I'd almost forgotten what... I feel hot.
Oh, I feel cold.
I feel guilty. This is all my fault.
Oh, no, Rose, it's all my fault. The minute I found out you were contagious, I should have...
I start to cook. A few hours later, he comes back. He says he couldn't find a cab. We eat in silence. Halfway through, I look up, and he's got tears in his eyes. He tells me, this meal is like our marriage. The veal is like him, tough and stubborn.
For one child, blinded your love for the other. But I think you did Dorothy wrong, and I think you must make it right.
We better get to the shelter.
What is this?
Oh, the entrance is blocked. We can't get out. We're gonna die.
All right, don't worry. I have a plan. They taught me how to deal with...
He brought shame to the house of Hassenpfeffer Stuhledunker. Anyway, you're all wondering where this story is going, so I'll skip the part where he ran up the stairs, and down the stairs, and up the stairs, and down the stairs. I have to say what I feel.
Miami has so much appeal.
A great place to get a seafood meal.
Miami.
Meet Mr. Burt Reynolds. Why don't we just make a great big old weekend out of it?
We can't afford a hotel over on the beach.
I'll find one we can afford. What do you say, girls?
I think it's a terrific idea.
Okay.
Oh, good. Okay, you can start tomorrow. Well, I'm off to Miami Beach to find us the perfect hotel for our perfect weekend.
Oh, a hotel.
Do you like some more beer?
Oh, no, thanks. I'm fine. What am I saying? I am not fine. Look, Lucas, this isn't your fault. I do not go out on blind dates. I mean, this is as silly as I have felt in a long...
You'll just have to go on without me.
Go on without you. Honey, this is not a wagon train. This is a double date. It doesn't work that way. It's a both of us or nothing.
You'll just have to cancel your date, too.
Cancel my date? With Larry? Oh, Dorothy, how long have you been...
And you're talking about his wife. So, did you bring the bimbo?
Chrissy's back in Maui. I just came to sell a piece of property that Dorothy and I bought when we were in Miami on our honeymoon. Just sign on the last page.
Read it first. The last time he had you sign something, I ended up in a home.
Is that all you Italians know how to do, scream and hit?
No, we also know how to make love and sing opera.
Mom, you had no right to hit him. Oh, Blanche, I'm...
That's it. I don't want to hear another word.
Oh, Cinderella's back from the ball and her 3 wicked roommates are jealous.
We are not jealous, Ma. We are angry. You left us sitting in jail.
Hey, I sent over the bail money. You were out an hour later. I think that was just about...
Didn't find anything? Oh, I found one job I wanted. I would have been perfect for it. But they told me I was too old.
What kind of job?
Assistant manager in a pet store. I don't know why they didn't hire me. I worked in a pet store in St. Olaf for 10 years. I mean, I was the one who thought up big squeaky toys for cows.
Rose, don't worry. I finally found something to put you to sleep.
She's asleep already, Sophia.
What? After I spent all day making her the Sicilian sleeping potion?
Oh, Ma, come on.
Hey, this saved my Uncle Giuseppe's life. 1 swig and he slept through the Allied invasion.
Deduction individually and documented with a receipt, okay?
Okay. Man, what the hell is this?
Oh, it's business loss. I made a bad investment.
What investment? You never told me you were investing our money.
Well, I actually wasn't planning to, but I knew this was a moneymaker the minute I laid eyes on it.
Intimidating. This way, I'm just one of the guys.
You think a lot of these kids, don't you?
Oh, hey, so do you.
Well, I do, but I don't know. I sense a special dedication from you. It's nice.
Oh, thanks, Dorothy. I've been at this a long time. I watch these kids grow. I know their families. I've been to their homes for dinner.
Really? You've been to their homes for dinner?
Rose, what are you doing? I heard the creative process is a lot like giving birth, so I'm doing my Lamaze breathing.
Oh, for a minute there, I thought I wasn't the only one with the invisible man fantasy.
Last time a man had me over a barrel.
I was at a keg party at the marina.
Blanche, we have a guest.
Oh.
Hi, Al.
Hi, girls. Why, pour yourself some champagne. We're celebrating Al's retirement.
So you finally went through with it, huh, Al?
Is everybody in? I got a pair of jacks.
Wait, Sophia.
Busy with work, not answering the phone. You'll reach him. You always do.
Dorothy's right, you're worrying for nothing. I remember back in St. Olaf.
Hold it right there, Will Rogers. None of us is in the mood to hear one of those St. Olaf stories.
Well, then here's one against your will. But to show you I'm a good sport, I'll get right to the part that'll make Blanche feel better.
Cheesecake?
For an emergency.
What kind of emergency? Nuclear war?
Depression. Oh, you'll never guess what I found.
Judge Crater.
Cookies and cream ice cream, my favorite. Oh!
Wait a minute, we're eating dessert. We can't start with dessert. If we're gonna have dessert, we better have something to begin with.
Hey, go to Neiman Marcus sometime, see if they treat you any better. How we doing?
Honey, I don't think we've sold a thing.
I don't get it.
I'll give you $1 for these Elvis Presley salt and pepper shakers.
$1? I will have you know the day I bought these salt and pepper shakers at the Graceland gift shop.
Let me help you, Mom.
Sure, sweetie. Oh, honey, you didn't eat your Brussels sprouts.
I don't like Brussels sprouts.
Neither do I. Put them in here with mine.
Mom, your friends are lovely.
Oh, they're two very special people. When you first told...
Hi, guys.
Oh, Dorothy, I'm glad you're here. Sit down.
Oh, what is it, Ma?
As you know, my child, I'm getting on in years, and I've decided it's time for me to settle my estate.
What estate? Your loofah sponge and bus pass?
Don't forget the 4 gold teeth when your father worked...
Prepared for death.
For somebody else's death, I have a stunning black dress.
Well, if I thought about it, the fact that I will die, then how can I take seriously most of the things I take seriously?
Like
eating, for example.
about 56 boyfriends. Of course, that was before I knew Charlie. I probably would have had more, but I wasn't allowed to start dating till I was a senior.
56? 56?
Oh, God, stand back. She's gonna blow.
What do you mean you had 56 boyfriends? You told me you were a virgin till you got married.
Hey, you can have a boyfriend.
Listen, Dorothy, just a word of caution. I almost lost my Becky when I stuck my nose into her business. Now, believe me, it is not worth it.
Blanche is right. The same thing happened to the Big Botters back in St. Olaf. You see, Gretchen had this thing for Buddy, but Mr. Big Botter didn't approve. He did his best to keep them apart.
What a meal, Rose, and what a deal, Rose. Uncle Cluck's tastes just like chicken all-you-can-eat buffet.
You love your early bird specials.
You bet, especially when they forget to collect the coupon. Come on, Rose.
That's it. I don't want to hear another word.
Oh, Cinderella's back from the ball and her 3 wicked roommates are jealous.
We are not jealous, Ma. We are angry. You left us sitting in jail.
Hey, I sent over the bail money. You were out an hour later. I think that was just about...
Miles!
Let's go watch it again.
Well, I finally finished my letter. I got everything down. Every little hurt out.
This is to me.
I found out during the process that Pop was a pretty good father, but I...
Dorothy, I know it's been a while, but try and control yourself. I need some rest. What the hell is that for?
You're not getting into this bed, Stanley.
Then where am I supposed to sleep?
On the floor like any dog.
Oh, fine. Just fine. Stan's format doesn't have to beg a woman to get into bed. Women come to me.
Yeah. Right. All those other appetites you satisfy before going to the fridge.
My life is more than just sex and food. I take care of this house. Like just the other day, we had a leak and the gas man came out. Oh, no, wait a minute. I guess that falls under sex.
And you did fix him a
Leak crank and threw his limp body in the river. That's a Sicily you don't see on postcards. Guaranteed to make me gain back that pound.
Ma, all this eating you're doing is ridiculous. Now, I am sure you are already back up to 99 pounds.
We'll see. Wrong again, Kreskin. Still 98.
98 pounds? I can't remember the last time I weighed 98. Probably.
On you.
Please, look at his nose. Of course he's Italian.
I'm still confused about the Operation Guild.
Make a down payment on a new TV and then pay the rest off on time.
Sounds good to me.
Let's go tell everybody that the sale's over.
You wait right there. I'll be right back. Rose? Yes, Lily.
Could you help me get to the sofa, please?
Oh, sure, honey. Here you go.
Inky dinky parlez-vous.
Ah, nice people. Sophia, you didn't say anything about parties in the house.
Oh, so Peter and Maddie having a few friends over. We're making a bundle.
Tell is gonna change my mind.
Not even the one we could tell your father about how his car got dented while you were doing wheelies and not while it was sitting in the parking lot?
You wouldn't do that, would you?
Hey, she's your grandmother. Has she ever lied to you?
What am I wearing? Well, to be perfectly honest, a nun's outfit. Oh, that sounds good to me. I'll be over there just as soon as the storm lets up.
Rose. Rose, are you still in there? This is crazy. Look, I talked to the purser. Another cabin is available and...
Wonderful about Stanley.
Everything, just everything. He has grown, he has changed. You should have seen the way he took over when Ma was sick. He was so commanding, so masterful, and yet so sensitive and so vulnerable. I know I couldn't have gotten through it without him.
Listen, Dorothy, you thought Sophia...
Here you go, Rose. Finish my work.
Well, turn me upside down and paint.
Buzz off.
I'll spot you 25 points.
Oh, man.
Hit it!
Isn't she incredible? What do you say, girls? Can she stay?
I guess so, all right.
Oh, thank you.
But just be sure and keep her in her cage.
Oh, maybe I can convince the Count to get... Boy, there is nothing more frustrating than waiting for one of these suckers to rise and it just won't. That's no reflection on you.
I know why you...
Ma, you know, this is how Imelda Marcus got started with that shoe thing. Now, Ma, what is going on?
I don't know, it makes me feel good. In a strange way, shopping there makes you feel immortal.
I don't follow.
Let's say you buy 20 cases of sardines.
This better be...
31 years. Filomena Del Nero, she was from our village.
Is she the one whose father used to stand outside of town, drink Chianti, and play with a top all day?
Yes. He lived with us for 2 years after we get married. Thank God he drank himself to death.
Rose, you've got to disconnect those stupid dogs.
But it's working. And besides, I've already named them.
Thanks for letting me move in early. Oh, great day for a wedding. Say, who tied those dead fish to the back of the car?
Okay, boys and girls, it's time to learn about our special word. Kolak. Tell us what today's special word is.
Spratnik.
The word for today is hot. Hot has a lot of meaning.
Finally arrives. I bend down to kiss his ring. Just then, security comes and whisks him away. He leaves the ring behind as a memento.
Ma, you stole the Pope's ring?
It slipped off. You know, for God's representative on earth, he sure has sweaty palms.
Well, we better go. We don't want to miss anything.
Yeah, I want to get there early, buy Becky a Dodger cap, see how many people mistake her for Tommy Lasorda.
That's it. Oh, that is it.
Dorothy, now calm down. We'll bring you back a cap, too.
I can't take it anymore. I've got to say something to that guy.
Dorothy, I know how frustrating it is to just sit.
Okay, good to see her sitting there.
Oh, Miles.
Get it while you're young, baby.
Hey, Rose, come on. Let's go. I've got a great idea. You ever watch that romantic cruise that leaves at 6 p.m. from the pier?
Nurse.
Still worried about the money you owe the government?
Oh, no, Blanche. I'm worried about whether Michael Jackson will be able to buy the remains of the Elephant Man.
Really? Gee, I'd be worried about the money.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad we're friends again.
Oh, honey, of course we are.
By the way, I have never asked you what it is you all have.
Oh, we're not sure. All we know is it makes your skin blotchy and your eyes puffy and your cheeks swollen and you get heart palpitations.
All good thing for those palpitations, otherwise. Each month has the picture of a man who's brought some special joy into my life.
Oh, Blanche. Oh, honey, this is so thoughtful. Whoa!
September?
Yep.
I'm surprised you...
Ladies, the motorcade is running late. Now, the president won't actually be coming into the house. He'll just be at the door for a photo opportunity. So, Mrs. Devereaux, you might want to cover up.
Here he comes.
Mr. President, I'd like you to meet Rose Nyland.
Well, I think you're scared too, but you won't admit that you need help. Professional help to get on with your life. Oh, I've given this a lot of thought, Lily, and I really think it's the best way.
Rose, you're not coming back to Chicago with me, are you?
No.
How can you turn your back?
His brother just came into town, and unless I can find a date for him so we can double, why, the whole evening's going to be called off. So what do you say? Would you please be a friend and go out with him?
Sure, I'm game.
Next time, Sophie. Dorothy, what do you say?
Oh, honey, I'd really love to go, but as you can see, I'm busy.
Busy? You're playing
Almost Married, Buzz. We were talking about it when he got a call from the Spike Jones band. They needed someone to make the whoop sound when Spike dropped his pants. Just before he went to New York, Buzz told me he'd be back, but I never saw him again. I waited for a while, but one gig led to another.
Thank you.
Oh, please. I've waited my whole life to play this part.
Long wait. Thank you, Miss Devereaux. Let's take a 5.
Well, I thought you were great.
I'll tell you what, why don't we spend tomorrow afternoon together? We'll work on our bonding. I'll take you to Wolfie's for an egg cream.
A chocolate egg cream?
You betcha.
Oh, boy, a chocolate egg cream. Forget it, Dorothy. I smell a pony ride. I mean, what you wanted to be.
Yeah. I wanted to go to college and be a school teacher. Pop wanted me to be a cosmetician in a funeral parlor.
He always liked looking at dead people. Dead people in the Dodgers. That was it for him in the good time department.
I felt like you're stuck in a rut, going through the motions with no joy or pleasure or excitement.
Sure, that was my sex life with your father.
Mom, my job is routine. I have virtually no social life and nothing interests me. My life has just become dull and boring.
Where's that sense of fun?
It's an important man in my life. But as much as I cared about him, I can't help but care about you, too. You're like a sister to me, and I can't throw that away. So, I forgive you for being a moralless, emotionally needy...
Hey! Hi, this is Rose. Well, shut up and get in here.
I see you're with two double-crossing ex-friends of mine. I'll come back later.
This is Sophia. Oh, we've just been so anxious to meet you.
Yeah, I'll believe that if you believe the Bahamas story.
You believe it? I went to the Bahamas once.
Oh, yeah? Was it on the Nina, the Pinto, or the Santa Maria?
It was a DC-10. I don't think it had a name. Back of the head of an honest man. And after seeing him face up in the casket today, not a bad-looking guy either.
Thanks, Rose. It's not exactly what I'd like to say about my brother, Phil.
I'm sorry. I wish I could help.
Oh, honey, you've been more than a help. I don't think I would have gotten through these past few days without you. I mean...
Get away from the door. That's it. All right, now, why don't we get this celebration on its feet? Let's sing a few Christmas carols. Does everybody know Silent Night?
Know it. I wrote it.
You did not.
Yes, I did. I'll prove it. Silent night.
Help to see his wife. I just loved her, and Father knows best.
Sophia, you're a little confused, honey. That was Jane Wyatt. The president was married to Jane Wyman.
That old crow from Falcon Crest?
Well, it doesn't matter. They're not married anymore. Now he's married to Nancy Davis.
From all...
I had, and Ma, I cannot believe how many there are. I mean, just listen to this, right here on page 187. The faucet is dripping. I know it's going to keep me up all night. Then I'll be tired from my crummy job tomorrow. Life is a swirling eddy of despair.
By yourself.
Rose, all my life I've done everything I wanted to do. Nothing's ever stood in my way before. For the past 6 months, that's how I've been trying to deal with everything. I thought that I could overcome this thing by myself. I guess that deep down inside, I thought I could make it go away.
Well, you shouldn't be telling us that.
I know, but I like you. Now, Stan, what you have to do is ask yourself, why would you want to be with a woman who so clearly doesn't want to be around you?
Oh, well, I think I can answer that, Doctor. There's no other kind.
Last time we met, you told me that when you were a boy, your mother didn't.
You had a Belgian waffle stand?
Well, actually, they were English muffins that I carved little ridges in. But people bought them anyway. I was cute then, so I could get away with it.
Don't worry, you get cute again when you hit 80. How do you think I'm going to peddle this slop?
How was your date?
You know, actually, this is one of the best Christmases I ever spent with Stan.
It was pretty nice. I can't remember feeling this proud of myself so early in the evening.
No, we did good.
Just wish we could do more.
Oh, so do I.
But every couple is different.
You just listen. We were sitting right here. George took my hand in both of his and looked deep into my eyes and he said, you know, Blanche, you're a very special lady. And then he said how he just...
Suitcase out of the car. We talked things over. Everything's okay.
Okay. Everything's okay.
Come on, Rose.
But what about Lucy?
We'll watch it on the portable in the kitchen.
But that set's black and white.
Dennis explained everything.
Explained what? Baby, and he's running a very high fever. Could you come over right away? No, this is not Blanche playing a joke. Thanks, Harry. Thanks very much.
He's coming right away. Oh, dear, I better freshen up.
Blanche, he is not coming over to look at you. He's coming over to look at the baby.
Ball game with Captain Kangaroo.
Why, you devil, are you suggesting another time? Just name it, I'll be there.
Well,
tomorrow at 2:30 at the Empire Lounge.
Well, sure, why not? I'll see you there.
Oh, Jerry. Do it just once for us.
talking about?
Blanche's date.
He turned me down again. I'm just devastated.
Oh, come on now, Blanche. You said yourself you didn't find him that attractive anymore.
That's not the point, Dorothy. The point is to Blanche Devereaux, sexuality and attractiveness are two very important things. They are Blanche Devereaux.
And my monkey.
And a good-looking monkey it is. Is it me or is that a traffic cone?
Jealous? Come on, Dorothy, we've got to get going. After our session, I have an important dinner meeting with some investors.
Ma, that is a mean, underhanded, despicable thing to do.
So was World War II. We're talking about Mussolini.
Lives without men.
Oh, who?
Well, Inga Lundqvist.
Who was she, some Swedish lesbian?
She was a neighbor of ours.
Not by chance the one who shredded her husband with some farm machinery.
Yes! And she never remarried, and she led a very happy rest of...
Oh, just let me freshen my makeup. Girls, why don't you come with me and I'll show you how I transform myself into a fresh-faced, innocent young thing.
Could you skip the innocent part, Blanche? The show starts in 2 hours.
Dorothy, you're home. Where's Angela? Still out in the car. I had Angela. You were supposed to wait in the car. Did anyone see you?
Relax. Somebody passed by and I made like I was a lawn jockey. I think it worked. His dog...
Marriage, family, and tradition. Not to mention wedding showers, catered affairs, the bridal registry at Burdine's.
No, I know what you mean, Blanche, but there's another side to this. If I had lived with Stan before we got married, I could have spared us both some very painful time.
And it started making a wheezing, coughing, rattling kind of a sound every time it goes up a hill.
Uh-oh, that's a bad sign. Those are the sounds Tony Triano made the night they wheeled him out of the home on a gurney.
That car's in terrific condition. All right, sometimes it's a little hard to turn over in the morning.
Tony Triano chicken? Count Bessie is a showbiz chicken. Wait till you see this.
A showbiz chicken. What's she do, play the piano?
She plays the piano. You just wait till you see this. Okay, honey, come on, it's showtime. Well, there were already 3 other people in town. But that's beside the point. One day, I got up the courage to go up to mean old Lady Hickenlooper and ask her why she always frowned. Well, she had been born with no smiling muscles.
What's the most romantic thing a man ever did for you, Dorothy?
Oh, well, the most romantic thing was when Stan proposed. Oh, he took me to a very expensive...
And you're really not mad at me anymore?
Rose, I'm a reasonable person. I'll forgive you.
Does that mean you'll turn my heat back on? I was really chilly last night.
Okay, Rose.
Blanche, what made you decide to forgive Rose? Problem.
So I decided to kill myself to teach that town a lesson. I phonied up my death in a riverboat accident. I had the captain, who I was secretly seeing after school, help me with all the details. Everything went perfectly. Oh, the town had never seen a funeral like mine. Hundreds of people.
Cruise with some longtime gentleman friends, and if we decide to be intimate, then we'll be prepared. We are not embarrassed, we're not uncomfortable, we are not humiliated. We're going to walk out of here today with our heads held high, secure in the knowledge that what we have done is morally and socially responsible.
And I vowed right then and there never, ever to fight over something so childish and silly again. My favorite!
I have a sister story I think you'll find interesting.
She didn't just break it, she made it so the eyes would never close again. She made Mrs. Listen, thank you very much for your time, but there are plenty of other talented people here willing to do the show for free. Who's next?
The Skarklevich brothers.
Hello, I am Misha Skwarkevich. My brother Andrei is still in Poland.
Why don't you show us what you can do, Mr. Skwarkevich?
He's better for sleep.
Are you saying that you put this under my bed?
But I was only trying to be helpful. I figured with those terrible bugs, you needed the rest.
Dorothy always looks like that.
Besides, it'll take a lot more than rest to get rid of those babies.
Couldn't she just get stew meat like she usually does?
Dorothy, now don't be upset. The poor little thing was lost. He followed me home.
Oh, come on, Rose, you drive to the market. How did he follow you home, in a taxi?
He looked so hungry and sad, I couldn't just...
What are you doing out? I thought you were in your room.
I whittled a gun out of a bar of soap and overpowered the guards. I went to the mini mall. They opened a little slice of Sicily pizzeria. So I walk in and this guy strikes up a conversation with me. Turn.
Dorothy, he died. Boy, you smell good.
Get away from me.
No. You don't understand. Something wonderful has happened. In his will, Uncle Morris left us an apartment building jointly. We're partners. Don't you see, Dorothy? We'll be together, and we'll have a place of our own.
Tickets? She's leaving me out intentionally.
Rose, they were just misunderstandings. Now, you're overreacting.
I guess so.
Oh, these things happen between sisters all the time. I remember once my sister Virginia wouldn't talk to me for a month, all because I smiled at her boyfriend.
There, listen to Blanche.
Of course, I was skinny dipping on his...
Listening to my yodeling tapes. When the driver behind me starts furiously honking his horn, I decide to be a lady and let him pass. And what does he do? Pulls alongside, shouts obscenities that would make Joan Rivers blush, then speeds off down the street.
Who cares, Rose? I got my own problems.
How did you ever pull that off?
I work in the public school system. It's not that different from me.
Blanche, I'm sorry I yelled at you. I apologize.
No, don't you worry about it. I think we're all on edge.
This has to be the biggest disappointment of my life.
Yes. Yeah. Up on my lap and lick my face and fetch a ball when I throw it.
You can get a man to do that.
I'll be right back. Say hello to the newest member of our family.
Oh, great. We gotta live with a sad-eyed, hyperactive nuisance.
What do you think so far?
Well, I'm glad I wasn't there. TV does put 10 pounds on you.
I'm here beneath the information table with Bill Peterson and his similarly profiled bulldog Churchill. It's amazing. That bulldog could be your brother. But I guess you get that a lot.
Actually, none of you.
None of us.
I have enough sketches of each one of you to make my sculpture. When I'm ready to begin, I will make my choice then.
Yeah, but when will we find out?
Only when the work is unveiled at my show. Now, I apologize, but this is how I must work. Now, ladies, I must bid you good day.
Honey, would you hand me that large saucepan over there?
Oh, sure.
No, the one behind it, the really big one. I must say, it's a lot nicer having a baby wake you up than a garbage man.
I never slept with a garbage man. I wouldn't know.
There's 90 years of mother here, and you can't keep the kid quiet.
What do you think she needs, Sophia?
A chin.
My babies don't have chins. You're a lousy photographer. Who is that?
Uncle Vittorio.
His head's cut off. How can you tell?
Because that's exactly how he looked in the morgue after he turned state's evidence against Benny the Blade.
Oh, Ma, this is so special, spending this time together.
Yeah, right. I'm just trying to help. You want to help? Be quiet. I'll be quiet. But just don't close your eyes, all right? Don't close your eyes.
Did you find them?
No. Maybe someday you'll write to me, Harry.
I'm stunned. I'm just stunned.
I know.
Oh, I feel like such an old fool. Not just a fool, but an old fool.
Your cheek.
Thank you very much, Dorothy. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go wash the squashed bug off my face.
Yeah, just a minute. Won't be very long.
Okie dokie, take your time.
There's somebody in the bathroom.
Well, he said he wouldn't be long.
And he settled down and found a job. He thinks he should be traveling over the country trying to find himself.
Maybe what Michael needs is a little exposure.
Exposure to what?
To plutonium, Rose.
To somebody more career-oriented, somebody like Bridget. Maybe if the two of them spent...
Sex life.
Now, I knew somebody who had 7 husbands, and 6 of them died of stomach ailments. Well, they arrested her. She'd been putting ground glass in their salads. Why?
Because she ran out of croutons. Because she wanted to kill them, Rose.
We tell Dorothy we want to go to Hollywood?
Why don't we? As soon as she gets up. Hey, to Hollywood! To Hollywood!
Morning. I guess you ladies didn't recognize...
Girls, come look at the tree. Oh, isn't it breathtaking?
Oh, it sure is.
And now it's always going to be there. And all because of Mrs. Claxton.
Yeah, you know, I guess you were right all along, Rose. Mrs. Claxton did have a reason for being here.
You're a respectable married woman. I cop a few good feels. Push him away and run back to the party. But I have to tell someone what happened. So I tell the only person in the world I trust, my sister Angela. 5 minutes later, everybody at the party is talking about it. So I drag Angela into the pantry and ask her how she could...
The purchase was still in escrow.
Doesn't matter anyway. No one's going to see this dress.
What do you mean?
According to Sicilian custom, I can't get married unless I have you-know-who's blessing.
Who?
Dick Clark! Dorothy, you idiot.
Dorothy, your mother's lunch. Would it be all right if I borrowed my beaded purse?
Yeah, sure. Dorothy, what are we going to do?
Well, we certainly can't let Rose go out with a guy who said yes to a date with a woman who just picked his name out of a phone book.
You say that like nobody ever does it. He did have to go to work. How else could we have paid for the operation?
All I know is I was alone and terrified, and I have never gotten over it. I still have that phobia about hospitals.
Well, it's about time you got over it. Blanche, get the keys to your car. We're taking Dorothy back to the hospital.
Ma, I am not going.
Okay, fine. So you don't want to go back to the hospital?
No, that was a wonderful dinner. It was a birthday I shall never forget.
Well, this one isn't over yet. It's time for your present.
Oh, hello, Fay Ray. Bring on the plane.
I'm talking about an actual gift.
Oh, an actual gift.
No, it's because of your warmth and understanding that I got through this. I never thought I'd find happiness ever again.
Some marriages don't work out, but some do.
You're right, Rose. And that's why I think that I can still patch things up with her.
No problems? I can't find my lucky handkerchief.
Lucky handkerchief?
What the hell are you, a minor bird? I'm trying to get my kid together for a major bingo game, and it's not here. There's no way I can play without it. It's like Kareem without his goggles.
I'm sorry, Sophia. I'm just so upset.
You know, you would feel a lot better if you...
I won't be able to rest in peace unless I know that he has someone else. That's where you come in, Sophia. I want you to take my place.
Leon, what do you want, Stan?
Stan wants to talk to you about the wedding.
Are you Stan? Am I talking to you?
I'm Stan, Sophia, over here. Oh, sorry. I thought it was like one of those "am I sitting" questions. Anyway, Sophia, it occurred to me that I never actually asked your permission to...
Which, of course, as I'm sure you're both aware, means...
Is there any more of that ZT?
Nope, clean me out. There's not a drop of food left.
Oh, then what do you say we call it a night, huh?
Well, wait a minute. We haven't decided until I do need them.
Oh, come on. Now, Rose, don't let this bother you. You'll date again.
Of course she will. Honey, have you given any thought to advertising? Oh, Blanche, I could never dress the way you do. Besides, I have to wear undies. Not all my wool skirts are lined.
I'm glad you're here, Mr. Barton. I went down to the courthouse this morning.
This isn't a social call. This morning, when I got in my car, somebody let the air out of my tire. I know she did it.
But that's ridiculous.
If I get you on my property, I'm going to have her arrested.
Oh, Mr. Barton, I assure you my mother had nothing to do with your tires. It was just a coincidence.
Coincidence?
So I followed them all through the store and I wrote down everything they bought.
Why?
For evidence, silly.
Rose, they steal jewels, not Gino's pizza rolls.
Ladies, listen to me now. I know it seems like we're all in this together, but those people are dangerous. Please, leave the police work to us.
Exception, Harry. I didn't mean you. So do you think I'm crazy, too?
Dorothy, I think you're very sane. Just because a doctor hasn't found something doesn't mean there isn't something there.
Are you serious? Well, how come you know that and they don't?
First of all, dear, I know you. You're a stable person, and if you say you're sick, you...
Yes, so he offered to give me an A if I would...
Do number 5?
Actually, number 5, 6, and 7B.
Why, that's terrible. What, were there any witnesses?
No.
Oh.
Why? Because he was such a strict disciplinarian? No, because now I'd be a wealthy widow with my own place in Pebble Beach, so I wouldn't have to listen to that crap.